This simple addition to your website and marketing material will make it 6 times more likely that someone decides to buy from you. The crazy thing is, it's probably the easiest thing to implement and requires no elaborate funnels, strategies, or marketing knowledge whatsoever. But I'm amazed at the number of businesses that don't make this a priority. Instead, they'll look for complicated solutions to problems that are so easily fixed. So in this video, I'm going to share what the solution is, how it works, and give you the exact formula so you can get started right away. But before we get to that, we need to discuss a problem that every business must solve if it hopes to attract paying customers, and it's probably a problem that you're facing right now as well. As a kid, I loved every film with Ben Stiller. One of my favourites was Meet the Parents, which revolves around Greg Fokker, played by Stiller, trying to gain the trust and approval of his girlfriend's overprotective father, Jack Burns, played by Robert De Niro. Without Jack's trust, he won't be able to propose to his girlfriend. Now, running a business and trying to win the trust of a complete stranger and convince them to buy from you can feel a lot like Ben Stiller trying to win over De Niro. Building trust is the most important thing in business, otherwise you'll never make a sale. In fact, all human interactions involve some level of trust. It's the foundation of almost everything we do. It's the reason we're willing to exchange our hard-earned money for goods and services, commit to somebody in marriage, and vote for people to represent us. But gaining the trust of potential customers can feel like Stiller trying to win over De Niro. No matter what you do, you can't always get your customers to welcome you into their circle of trust. And now more than ever, businesses are struggling to build trust and credibility. The online space has created huge opportunities for businesses everywhere, allowing them to serve their customers from anywhere in the world. But it's also never been easier to start a business, especially in the digital age of AI. All you need to do is write some copy using ChatGPT, paste it onto an already templated website, and use stock images to make it look like you're the real deal. In the online marketing space alone, there's 14-year-olds that are out there claiming to have the best products and services, although many have never even done a single job for a paid customer. But their social media profiles and website would make you think they have the same track record as Don Draper. The fake it until you make it culture is on the rise. But that's not all. With the ease of faking it online, people have become extra cautious about buying from businesses, and rightly so. People have access to vast amounts of information online, and they'll use it when researching who to buy from. With so many options available, customers have higher expectations. They're skeptical and will keep searching until they can find someone that they trust. If you don't build trust quickly, customers will move on to an alternative. So how do you build trust? Well, if you keep watching, I'll show you the best way. But first, what's stopping these 14-year-olds and fakers from stealing everyone's business? Well, it's simply because they can't show the results they've got for past customers. It's all just talk. People require evidence that the business can actually live up to its promises. In fact, a business can make a lot of claims, but without social proof, it won't go far. It doesn't matter what you sell, whether it's coaching, professional services, products, or courses, you need to show that you've got results for your customers. Before we purchase anything, we need to have the confidence in what we're buying. So this is where reviews and testimonials come in. There's no better form of social proof than reviews and testimonials from real people explaining how your company's helped them. People just trust other people's reviews of a business more than a business's own marketing material, which is obviously self-interested. Reviews and testimonials humanize your business. They build a sense of connection and relatability. In an era where face-to-face interactions are limited, personal endorsements go a very long way. So without testimonials, you'll be lost in a sea of businesses that make false claims without ever actually having done the work. So any review or testimonial is going to help build trust, but there's a way to make them do so much more. Now, while written reviews are extremely valuable, there's an even more compelling way to build trust, and that's with video testimonials. They offer a level of authenticity and emotional connection that written reviews simply can't match. When potential clients hear and see real people sharing their positive experiences, it really resonates on a deeper level. Video testimonials can accelerate the trust building process by up to 6 times. 77% of people that have seen the testimonial video say it's motivated them to make the purchase. And 2 out of 3 people say they'd be more likely to make the purchase after watching a testimonial video. When a potential customer lands on your website or social media profile, they might be intrigued by what you offer but hesitant to commit. Now imagine they come across a video that not only explains your service but shows real results from satisfied customers. In just a few minutes, they're reassured of your credibility and expertise. One of the best things about a testimonial video is you don't need expensive equipment or any real video editing skills. In fact, if you stick around, I'm going to show you exactly how you can easily make it yourself. But first, I need to explain what separates a great testimonial from a bog standard review. The best testimonials follow a very specific structure. It's not enough just to slap on a few questions. We need to build a story around your customer's experience. As humans, we love stories. Storytelling is part of our evolution. In fact, our ability to tell stories and share information is made as such a dominant species. Throughout history, storytelling is how we communicated with other tribes, passed on information, and built relationships. Today, storytelling allows us to understand people's lives and emphasize emotionally with their experiences. Behavioral scientists such as Daniel Kahneman have shown us that people act on feelings more than reason. We make decisions on emotional grounds and then try to justify them with rational reasons. So witnessing a real person vouch for a business is far more emotionally powerful than any logical reason that a business can present. So coming up, I'll give you the perfect testimonial story formula that you can use both for your written testimonials and your video testimonials. And I've also made a detailed PDF which breaks down the exact structure and includes all the prompts you need to guide the interview. It also includes examples of testimonials that use this structure so you can use them for inspiration, and you'll find a link to that in the description below. But before I give you the perfect story formula, there's one thing you need to get right first. You need to choose the ideal customer to showcase in your video. So how do you do this? Well, some people really overcomplicate this by talking about various metrics, but the answer is actually very simple. The most important thing is to pick someone that you've actually got the desired results for. If someone can speak with emotion, all the better. So you may be wondering, how do you actually get someone to speak on camera? Well, it's actually easier than you think, but I'll tell you about it at the end of this video. First, let's get to the most important bit, the exact formula to follow to make a compelling testimonial video. So it's critical to use a narrative structure that shows the transformation that a customer has experienced. As Will Storr reveals in his book, The Science of Storytelling, all good, impactful stories are about a change. Put simply, we do this by showing the problem your customer had, why it was bad, and then show how you made it better for them. So in the end, their life is transformed in some way for the better. After all, every great story revolves around a transformation. Now, there's a trick to make the story formula 10 times more intriguing, but first let me explain the exact testimonial structure, and I'll also include some sample questions that you can ask your customers. Start off by briefly introducing the customer. This only needs to be a few sentences. Get them to introduce themselves and a brief statement about what you did for them. And if your service is business to business, then you should also get them to introduce their business. So an example question could be, can you introduce yourself please and tell me a bit about your business? Next, we need to identify the problem or challenge that the customer was faced before they discovered your service. This can be an emotional moment that really helps the viewer empathize with the customer. Get your customer to discuss the negative impact the challenge had in their life or business. Some questions you might want to ask to prompt this response could be, what specific challenge or problem were you facing before seeking our company's assistance? How was this problem negatively impacting your business or your life? It's not enough just to list the challenge, you need to actually get them to describe how it made them feel. They could be frustrated, lost, confused, or angry. After establishing the problem that your customer was facing, it's time to introduce your business. Show how the customer discovered your business and get them to highlight what made you stand out compared to your competitors. What made them choose to work with you? Some questions you could ask for this would be, how did you come across our company? What made you decide to work with us? And what made us stand out against our competitors? Next, we need to showcase the results and the success. So it's now time to highlight the positive impact that your business had in your customer's life. Have your customer share their experience of working with you and the results that were achieved. So some questions could be, can you describe the process of working with us and how it helped overcome your challenge? How did you feel now that you've gone through the process? And tell us what life looks like now that the problem is solved. Make sure to end this section on a high note, celebrating the client's achievement and the role that your service played in the success. So that completes the story-based narrative transformation. People can clearly see how you've achieved the results for previous clients. But don't just end it there. Prompt your customer to encourage the viewers to take action if they have the problem that your business solves. So we call this a call to action. A high-performing call to action will do two things. It will tell the viewer what to do and it will give them a reason to do it. So to prompt a call to action from your participant, you could ask, what advice or recommendation would you give to others facing a similar challenge? Now earlier in the video I promised you a secret that many people will miss out when they make a testimonial video. Most people follow the above formula, which makes a great narrative, but they miss out one important component, the hook. With every video, whether it's for YouTube, an offer video, a testimonial, you've got to start strong and grab the attention right away. So start your video with something that makes the viewers want to hear more. For a testimonial video, the best way is to give a quick hint about the results that you achieved. Just one sentence that will make the viewer want to find out more. For example, if you helped your client generate more sales and they say something like, before working with you I was making $5,000 a month, now I make $10,000 a month. You can use that snippet and put it at the beginning of your video as a teaser for what's to come. It will spark the viewer's curiosity, making them want to find out how you did it and if it's really possible. At the very least, if they don't watch the whole video, they'll remember that important result and it might be all that's needed for them to want to work with you. So I said I'd show you how to easily make video testimonials using this framework without the need of expensive equipment or any video or editing skills. Testimonial videos from your past customers don't need to be polished. Self-filmed testimonials can even add a bit of authenticity. So a simple Zoom recording can do the trick. We like this because you can guide your client in its very authentic way to share your results. We even use this method for many of our own testimonials, even as a video agency. So you can send over your questions to your customers before they're ready to film so they can think about their answers and even prepare a few responses in advance. People are so used to talking on Zoom these days that it won't be anywhere near as nerve-wracking as sitting in front of a camera with a room full of lights. Of course, anyone gets nervous when they know their conversation's been recorded, so have an easygoing conversation before you start filming to put them at ease. So you can record directly on Zoom and then cut out any unnecessary parts or long-winded responses. These days there's lots of free editing software to make this really easy, or as it will be less than half an hour's work, you can even hire somebody on Fiverr to do it very cheaply. Just tell them the parts that you want removed. Finally, how do we actually get our customers to agree to do a testimonial video? Well, you could offer discounts on future orders, gift cards, or simply get them a coffee. But if it's a simple Zoom recording, most people will be happy to appear in your video, especially if you've actually helped them with their service. Ask for a video testimonial first, and if they decline, you can always ask for a written review, which they'll almost certainly do. So it's a win-win situation. The most important thing is to actually start asking for reviews and testimonials. A friend of mine who owns a dental practice once asked me how to get more reviews for his business. So I suggested that he ask his receptionist to ask every patient if they were happy with the service and to leave a review. His reviews went from 150 to 650 in the space of a year, and this was all just by asking. This put him at the top of Google search ranking for his area. Most people won't go out their way to leave a review, but if they're asked directly, they'll be more than happy to. Once you have your testimonials and reviews, don't hide them on a hard-to-find web page. Instead, put your best ones front and centre on your homepage. You can also then use them in your marketing campaigns, your social media, your email list, sales presentation, ads. The list goes on. They're so impactful. Remember, only by showing the results that you've got for past clients will people fully trust you. So start making testimonial videos today and enter the circle of trust.
Guess who's back in the circle of trust?
Now, if you want to learn a simple formula to double the number of visitors to your website that turn into customers, then watch this video here.